what we've seen over the past year is that right after the IPO, as you've mentioned, the stock prices of these newly listed companies have gone up, limit up for sometimes for consecutive days. And as a value investor, it's very difficult to find a good entry point in a significant way. We are actually seeing more of a pattern, especially a lot of the investors, the market with a lot of liquidity is acknowledging this as a rule, but it's never going to be a rule. So we would like to be cautious and wait for the market to be less excited on these stocks.
Around the time of the IPO of a coupon on, of course, a New York stock exchange, some of the reports suggested that the private market valuations for one of its competitors in South Korea market, Curly, actually jumped 79% in its valuations. Another travel unicorn, Yanorja, actually jumped more than 6 times. First, is this healthy? And two, what does that say about the South Korean market?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned this because we do see a great divergence of value between private markets and the public markets. So the private market in Korea, I think, is valued quite relatively similar to what you get outside of the Korean markets, for example, the US market. But the existing companies in the Korean market are quite heavily discounted. So the ones that are actually coming over from the private market to the public market, in the beginning, they do get some sort of a premium. Not all of them, but some of them will get premium on top of quite elevated private market value. So it is pretty elevated. But once you stay on the Korean market for a long time, there seems to be a lot of discount. So I think that shows the nature of the Korea discount to some extent. And again, a very abundant liquidity, especially in the private market. So that's my take on the current status.